Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles, and that is a great milestone. Shalom unto the elect out there, the Akim that pushing the shoot through the four corners of the earth. Shalom unto the speckled birds, and the few but faithful aquatium, which is the sisters out there, listening and learning. Alright, so, want to get into this quick lesson here. As you see by the title, you just ought to be thankful regardless, So, 1 Thessalonians 5, and I'll read from 17, right? It says, pray without ceasing. In everything, give thanks, for this is the will of the Most High in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach concerning you, right? So, when the scriptures say pray without ceasing, right? We know that's self-explanatory, but it don't only mean, when you're home, like when you not wake up or when you're going to sleep, and them kind of thing. You constantly keep praying, even if it's like a 2 words or 3 words or something like that. You gotta constantly keep asking the Lord, right, to protect you. Constantly thanking the Lord for the things that He done for you. Though you're supposed to always be in a mindset that everything has happened for a reason, right? Because from ever since I was small, even before any truth, I always say that everything has happened for a reason. Nothing can happen if it wasn't supposed to happen, right? Regardless how bad it may seem, regardless of how bad it look, But we know Yahweh Shai is no respecter of persons, right? That's why we try to always stay on His good side, hoping and praying that He have mercy upon us. We gotta thank Him for everything, right? I pray that every morning, before I read my Hebrew prayers, I thank the Lord for everything, the curses, the blessings, the chastisement, the mercies, right? The love, the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, this truth, getting back His name for the brothers around me, these kind of things. It's also have more, but you get the idea. But you thank the Lord for everything, everything, because everything that happened is what led you to this part. Why? Because the Lord set it so. He wanted you to come onto this part. That's why you ought to be grateful. So let me get the next precept here, which is Psalm 62. Right, and verse 5. Hold on a minute. Alright, right, so Psalm 62 and 5, it says, my soul, wait thou upon Yahweh Shai, for my expectation is from Him. He is only my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved. Right? So if the Lord is your rock and your defense, right? Wouldn't you thank Him for that? It's like, and the funny thing is that is why it's so yappa how the Lord make it like that parable, where he's the husbandman and we are the bridegroom, right? Because it's like the same way with your wife, right? If you want to protect your wife, right, a man in the street, especially if you have a woman who willing to listen to you, regardless if she little, ways, right? You will want to protect her because you love her and whatnot, right? So if it is you want to protect her, but certain things she don't like, but it's necessary to protect her, like let me say she wanna go out with her friends, that is if she not any truth, but just trying an example, right? She wanna go out with her friends, her female friends or whatnot, but she wanna go around 8 o'clock in the night, right? But in through the spirit, woman not supposed to be out so late, especially woman being around more worldly women, there's just more confusion, you know. So you let her know that is not a good idea, thing, and whatnot, whatever. Alright? She mightn't like it, you listen to you, but she mightn't like it, you know. And then you hear they went without her and you hear something, she hears something that happened, you know, they get robbed or wherever it is, you know. But before she find out that she bumping, she come, she vex, she this, she that, whatever it is, you know, she murmur and she's like, I don't get to do nothing, yes, thing, and you know. And then she come to find out that happened now. I know she happy, she glad, cause she know it was a good thing that she stayed home. You understand? Because you never know what she did. They could have get robbed and killed. You understand? Just to draw a quick example, it's like the same thing with us. You know, certain things would happen and we wouldn't know why it happened and whatnot. Right? But then further down the road, we can understand why it happened. You know, and I'm sure that happened to brothers many times. Many times. You understand? That happened to me too. I mean, I'm not going to bump my gum or whatever it is, as I say, you know. Because for me personally, when bad things happen to me, right, I just thank the Lord even more. You understand? I just thank the Lord even more because I know it's afflictions we're going through for Him, right, for His sake. You understand? That's how you know the Lord working with you too, not just by certain things you're seeing like my little miracles, you know. You go see, right? Like let me say you get dreams and them kind of thing, not just by them thing, you know. It's other ways too, right? You will get afflictions and whatnot because we had to suffer them same afflictions, you know. When the Lord chastise you, you know, the scripture say the Lord chastise you those He love. You understand? So you can't count that out. You know, all of that is the Lord showing your love. Right? I'll read verse 7. It say, in Yahweh Shai is my salvation and my glory, the rock of my strength and my refuge is in Yahweh Shai. You understand? Trust in Him at all times, ye people, pour out your heart before Him. Yahweh Shai is our refuge, is a refuge for us. Right? So if it is the Lord is our refuge, right? He know what's best for us, right? Remember, He's the husbandman. Same way you would cover your wife and try to protect her and whatnot, and want her to listen to you, right? Regardless if she understands or not, as of right now, you know what's best for her, right? So it's the same way with Yahweh Shai. He know what's best for us, right? So that's why we had to thank Him, regardless of what happened. You know, because the Lord done so much for us. You know, we don't even need to go into the history with that, with Egypt and even something simple like Sodom and Gomorrah, right? With Lot, right? He gets saved, right? He was an elect in that time, right? The Lord pull out his elect out of that. It's like the video I did, you know, the Lord always, you know, save or cover His elect. You know, roughly paraphrasing, before He destroys somewhere. Understand? He always does that. Because why? They had faith. Right? They had faith. And what the scripture say about that? Well, let me see if we can get it here. It's Hebrews, I believe it's 13 and 6. Oh no, it's select. It's 6, 11 and 6. Right? But I read verse 1 first. It say, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Right? And you know the scripture talk about that. You know, the things that are not seen are better than the things that are seen, you know, because the things that are seen are temporary, just roughly paraphrasing, right? So, verse 6 say, but without faith it is impossible to please Him. For he that committed to the Most High must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him, right? So when you diligently seeking the Lord too, right, you have to have faith, right? And when you have enough faith, you will learn to trust the Lord, right? And when you trust the Lord, right, You will start to thank him for everything because you trusted him with your life, right? So when you get a little affliction, and you get a little thing and a little this and a little that, right? That ain't nothing to move on about or bawl and complain about. That is thing to make you feel even better, because you know the affliction that you're going through is for your how wish I sake, and it's for your salvation, you know, because you can never go to work a day, right, and it be easy all the time, especially without the system design. It will always have days harder than some, right, and that is something you have to bear with because why, you're working for your money, right, same way you're working for this one penny in the truth, you know, as as Vibes Cartel say, every day can be the same. You have good days and you have bad days. You have to thank the Lord for both. Because that is a lesson he taught us from since in the beginning. You know, with the tree of good and evil. We had was to learn evil. To actually know what was good and what not. But there's a whole other topic for another time. You know. So you just get a few more precepts here. Right. Let's get First Corinthians, right, on 15 and 57. Right. Now when you read this chapter here, this chapter talking about salvation, right? Talking about salvation. You can read it in your own time. Just want to get to the point of this, right? So First Corinthians 15 and 57 say, but thanks be to Yahweh Shai, which giveth us victory through our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Right, so it's thanks be to the Most High, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Right? I'll read verse 58 one time. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. Right? Same thing I was talking about just now with the job, right? It say, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. Right? So again, right, when you put your trust in the Lord, right, that's you building up your faith, and when you build up your faith, you're gonna know that the Lord got your back regardless of the afflictions and whatnot. Right? Because in verse 57, right, we thanking the Lord, even though we're not 100% sure if we be part of the elect, but Lord willing, we be a part of it. That's what we're hoping and praying for. And that's putting faith in the Lord. Alright? And it's not to say like the Lord never told you countless times in the scriptures that, hey, we had to suffer affliction. We had to go through this, we had to go through that. You understand? Because even the prophets in the past, right, they went through a lot of afflictions too. And they a lot of them went through afflictions way worse than we right now. You understand? Okay, it was way more dread. Even though things more wicked in these times here, certain things they went through, some of us never even went through yet. Sure, we get some serious spiritual attacks, and whatnot, right? But as of right now, because I don't know exactly how it will be when we on the move on them kind of thing. I can't say for that, but I know it's going to be real dread. But I talking about as of right now, where, we in the end here, but we still able to, walk around freely, right? In a sense, we could still go out and preach, even though it have them devils be coming up against us, striking our videos and them kind of thing. Them kind of thing ain't nothing compared to certain prophets what they went through and whatnot. The scriptures talk about, we getting killed, some of us getting cast into prison, all these things, right? Some of these things ain't started happen yet, I can't say for majority of the part, but the kind of death that will be happening, right? When Jacob's trouble kick in, famine of the word kick in, and Esau started show his horns, right? Where they're really showing we that they're coming for we now, they're hunting we, Then when we go start to see them thing happening so, right? But as of right now, the Lord still have us in the grace period then, Them prophets back then, as them coming, as them started preaching thing, them getting curse out and thing. You understand? They getting curse out and all these things, and I don't want to go into it too long, but you should get the idea where I'm coming from, you know. You should get the idea where I'm coming from. They suffer a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. You know, but we have our fair share to go through too. You understand? 'Cause at the end of the day too, the spirit of the prophets are subjected to the prophets. You know? It's subjected to the prophets. So the prophets back then is the same ones here right now too. You understand? So yeah, to put it all in a nutshell, we suffered a lot, right? And we still have plenty to go through. But guess what? The scripture says we are fools for Mashiach's sake. And also it says, seek ye first the kingdom, and everything else will be added unto you. Right? So we working for that 1 penny, you know? We working for that. We know it's afflictions we had to go through. That is what we signed up for. And you had to go through it. You can't be bitching about it. You understand? You have to thank the Lord still same way that He wake us up to the truth. You know? We not like the other camps or these other two-thirds on them. You know, we know there's Israelites. You know, they're bugged out and they're blind. So we have to thank the Lord for that. At least we know the truth, the full truth, I should say. You know, we know the full truth. You know, so let's get about 2 more precepts. We get Colossians 3. We go start from 16. Yeah, I'll just read verse 17 to get straight to the point, right? Colossians 3 and 17, it says, and whatsoever ye do in the word or deed, do all in the name of Yahushua Mashiach, giving thanks to Yahweh Shai and the Father by him, right? So we are to thank the Lord regardless, right? Because it says, and whatsoever ye do in word or deed, right, do all in the name, right? Because everything that we do, right, not because you pray and you ask the Lord, help me get this now, help me to get this job, thing. But you ain't get through the job. You ain't gonna try to do some kind of bad mind thing and spite the Lord, but well, I ain't getting through that job, well, I ain't gonna do your works today and thing. You understand? You can't play with the Lord, you know. The Lord don't need you. You understand? We need him. Right? We need him. And you must have to have that mindset where, you know, if you ain't get through that job, you tell yourself, well, alright, even though you really need it, you know, or you tell yourself you really need it, the Lord say, nah, not that, because that job could end up making you go down the wrong path, or it's because he has something better for you, you know, he has something better for you. Because the scriptures say that too, even though it wasn't specifically talking about this, but, you know, how it goes again, let me see if I can pull it quick. Right, so it have a specific part that I want to read here. Right, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except they come a falling away first. Right, now we know that's talking about Yahweh Shai, you know, and when he coming back, you know. I say you will get the understanding when you read through it, you know. Yes, you could read from verse 1, you know. By the time you don't read from reach verse 8 and all, you don't get the understanding. You understand? But the small piece, you know, from here, right? For that day shall not come except they be a fallen away first. It's just like the concept of it is why I wanted to use, right? Because you can't expect anything good to come, right, unless it have a fallen away first, you know. Because it's like this world had a past before we kingdom come, right? Because the Lord not going to just come and say, hey, you see, he saw you, I fed up for you know. I'll let my people rule now, right? You use kings for this thing here, right? Cool. And all this the elect, right? All the handle that scene for me. You know, not so. The Lord have ways he gonna do it, you know, and that is how he chose to do it, right? So nothing can happen unless they fall away first, you know. Again, it's the concept of the precept that I'm using, you know. So let's go back here. So look. Alright, so again I'll read over this Colossians 3 and 17, and whatsoever ye do in the word or deed, doing all the name of Yahweh Shai, giving thanks to him, right, which is Yahweh Shai, and the Father by him, right? So you're giving thanks to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right, or Yahweh Ba'ashem Shal Yahweh Shai, right? So you're sending thanks to Yahweh through Yahweh Shai, right? Because you can't go to the Father without, you can't go to the Father, matter of fact, we had to talk to Yahweh Shai then, you understand? Because he's our big brother, he's the mediator, right? So yes, again, we had to give thanks regardless of anything, right? Regardless of anything, right? So let me just get one more precept here. This Colossians 4:2, right? It say, continuing in prayer and watch in the same with thanksgiving, right? Continuing prayer and watch in the same with thanksgiving, right? So yeah, just continue in prayer, right? When you're on work, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're eating lunch, you're watching our video, you're doing this, whatever it is you may be doing, For the Akim, once your head not covered, and your Aquatium, once your head covered, just be sure to thank the Lord, right? You see something happen, you might be on work, you see 144 pop up, say to Wada Yabashim Yawashai, just saying that alone is like a prayer, it's a prayer, because you're still conversing with the Lord, so that's how it ought to be. Just, I be like that too on work, I be thanking the Lord. Any little thing that happen, good or bad, I be like, hey, tomorrow you bashing me shy. That's how we ought to be. But hey, I hope this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai Shai. Brother Kyle, hoping and praying that at least one person was able to, take heed of this, understand, and get the proper understanding, I should say. And, so till next time, Shalom.